Testing the microphone here. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, we're live. Nobody's here yet though, so that's all right. Getting my YouTube pulled up here so that I can follow along with your comments. Hey guys, how are ya? One more, I just need to get my chair here. Hi Carla, nice to see you. Let's see who else we have here. Lori. Good, I'm glad you're here. Let's see. K3 of 5Ks. Happy Sunday from sunny old Arizona. Oh, hi, nice to see you here. Oh, Christy. Okay, hi Christy, I know who you are. All right, well, we're here. How is everything going for you guys? Are you sewing today? It is so beautiful outside. I was standing outside talking to some friends who just happened to walk by, and oh my goodness, it's a beautiful day out there. How are you all doing? This weekend has been kind of crazy for me. My daughter turned 36 today, my baby, which makes me feel so old. But she turned 36, and I was sewing for her. That cardigan back there is actually her birthday present. Hope she's not watching. But so I was sewing for her. I was sewing for sewing masks this week, and I do all the online stuff for our church, so yeah, it's been a really kind of intensive, busy week for me. So I didn't get a whole lot done this week, but how about you? What have you been doing this week? Hi from Rainy, Oregon. Hi, So Me. Nice to see you. Marina from California. I'm glad that you caught the live today too. Anessa, hi. She's the girl who always puts a smile on things. You make my day all the time. Lisa V, hi. Nice to see you. So what do you think has been like the hugest blessing that you've gotten out of this time of lockdown? I mean, I know there's been trials and stuff, but I was thinking about that and just how many things have been just really a blessing. Like, I was sewing bathing suits right before, because we were going to Mexico. So I bought like all this elastic. And had it not been for the bathing suits, I wouldn't have bought it. And, it's perfect for masks, so I've been able to not have to worry about the shortage. So what about you guys? What are some things, what are some things that that have been just a huge blessing to you throughout this time? Has there been anything that you just really blessed you? Oh, let's see. I took a quiet week of quiet before getting back into the scrub cap and mask orders. Yeah, that's intense. I'll tell you what, I'm making masks right now just for my family and a few acquaintances of my husband's at work and a few things. And honestly, it's time consuming and it is not really that fun. I mean, it's not creative sewing except for maybe using fun fabrics, but it's really a sacrifice. And those of you that are making so many, I'm in awe of it because, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of work and it's not really fun work. So thank you to those who have donated so much time. I've done some, but not near what most people have. Let's see, Lisa, finishing up some masks, getting tired of the mask thing. Yeah, I know. yeah, I've only done like, I don't know, I've done maybe 60 or so. I've got a bunch cut out right now. But honestly, it is just so boring. So I get it. I'm sure you're extremely tired of it. She'll be moving on from that soon. A great day here in Sacramento. So it's only what, like, let's see, 2 o'clock, 1, 12. So it's only like 11 in the morning there, right? Am I right? So have you got anything planned today? Are you going to get some sewing done today? Let's see. Lobby. Anessa says, my biggest blessing during this is that we are healthy and found out we are moving. And Corona means my autistic son doesn't have to deal with school and moving at the same time. Wow, that is a blessing. You know, there's just these little things like, you know, little God moments that you realize that are blessings in the middle of all the darkness. And yeah, that kind of warms my heart. Okay, grateful for the little things. I could go on and on. I took for granted making money and walking into Hobby Lobby. Oh, that's where the lobby came from. Yes, I know. I've taken for granted being able to go shop, and it's, you know, I've got to go to Joann's curbside pickup later. I just needed some zippers, you know, and you don't always think ahead of time to order zippers, and I'm going to make some of those or not zip it, but the Transformer jackets, the Ellie and Mac. I want to make one for my grandson whose birthday's coming up, and honestly, I just didn't have a zipper and a jacket zipper, and it's just such a hassle to get just a couple simple zippers. I couldn't believe it. Let's see. It's 70 in Pittsburgh. Clean the porch and put out the patio furniture. Yeah, it's about, I don't know what, I didn't look before I came up, but I think it's over 70 here. We turned on the air today. We only have it downstairs right now. So I'm upstairs with the fan going, so I apologize if you have a lot of extra noise with the fan and the windows open. So if you hear some neighborhood noise, I apologize. See, Dorothy says, she's the one in Pittsburgh. Okay, Lori said, I'm glad I had a stash of fat quarters and elastics to use so I don't have to buy anything. True. I posted a couple pictures on Facebook the other day. I had so many scraps, like years of scraps, and I pulled them all out, and I've cut out, I think, what I need to make for the rest of the time, and then I'm trying to bless some people with some extra fabric who are doing it, but I was surprised how much I had. I didn't have to buy a thing either because I had just bought all that elastic. Let's see. Hi, Kim from Jacksonville, Florida. Hi. Oh, I'm so jealous. Jacksonville's so beautiful. Are you out on the beaches yet? My sister-in-law's down there, and she was saying that the beaches are, the people are behaving themselves on the beaches pretty well. So hopefully that's true. Let's see. Lisa said she worked out in the yard yesterday and this morning, enjoying watching you and working on masks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Bridget says, hi from a very great Birmingham, England. Cool. So it is a little later over there, right? So it's 8 o'clock, I think, over there, something like that. So have you had a good day today? Hopefully you have. Edna says, no beach for me yet, but shopping at Joann's is a yes. Oh, that's good. Are you having to wear masks into the stores? Because they're kind of requiring it here. A lot of stores are, not all of them. Our governor had asked them to require masks. So, you know, it's very comforting. I haven't really been to the stores, but my husband has. And it's very comforting to see people wearing masks because then you know, it's sort of a signal that people are being careful, you know. Because the ones that aren't, you know, not wearing a mask doesn't mean that you're not careful, but the ones that aren't, you know, it's just kind of a signal to know whether people are serious about it, although there's a lot of people who won't wear a mask for one reason or another. Maybe they can't. I have a friend who was in Iraq, and it kind of brings back things for him, and so he doesn't wear one. It's everybody's own choice, so I'm not gonna fault anybody, but it is comforting when you see people in masks because they're wearing theirs to help you and you're wearing yours to help them. So, Uh, let's see. Lisa says, masks are not creative, but it makes me happy when people appreciate handmade masks, and it's a great stash buster. Yes, it is a great stash buster, and it is really nice to be able to do something for people. During a time like this when, you know, so many people are suffering and everything, it does feel really good to be able to do something that helps people. So I agree. Having been able to facilitate my church being online, that's one of my huge blessings, is that I started this YouTube channel a year ago. Prior to that, I didn't know anything. And so when this happened and our church needed to go online and services needed to be posted online, starting a YouTube channel for the church was, you know, I knew exactly what to do. And prior to starting this channel, I wouldn't have had a clue. And there was no one else who knew how to do anything like that. So that was a big blessing to realize that God was kind of, you know, giving me the experience of this channel to help our church services. So that blessed me to be able to do something that was solid, something that helps. Because nothing is more frustrating, I think, than to sit and do, you know, not have anything to do and see the people, you know, suffering and losing loved ones and all those things. It just makes it a little bit easier when you can add to the help. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think it just really is therapeutic to be able to help. Let's see. Bridget says, yes, went for a lovely walk by the pool near us. Meant gray, not great. Okay, yeah, well, probably was a great day too, besides gray. It's beautiful and sunny here. It's starting to cloud over just a little bit, but our neighbors down the street, they have a zoo. It's adorable. They put out stuffed animals, like, and they've got Antarctica, and they've got, you know, Africa, and they have all these stuffed animals, like, in a zoo. And so there's been kids walking down our street, strollers and things, and they're just loving it. And it was so popular last weekend that they did it again this weekend. And I love seeing people do things like that for the kids. There's been so many creative ways for the neighborhood to come together and help the kids. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up on all the comments. I apologize if I missed anybody. I don't mean to. Let's see. Marina says, I've been donating lots of masks. Ran out of elastic after the first 60. Started using knit fabric for the ties. Oh, that's smart. I saw somebody else using fold over elastic too, which I would think would be super comfortable. So I haven't had to dip into that stash yet, but you know, I could if I needed to. But buying a 75-yard box before this all started meant, I mean, I donated a bunch to my friend, and yeah, so I didn't have to worry about not having elastic, which was a really big blessing. Edna says, wearing a mask, but it's a choice here. Some people are more relaxed about it, sadly, but I have asthma, so I have to be careful. Same here. And that's why it's comforting to see other people with masks, because they're the ones that are really protecting you. Your mask it can help a little, but it's really to keep you from giving your germs. So it's like if we all wear them, then it's like a sign of care for your fellow man. And I don't really understand the people who are adamant about being made to wear them. Honestly, why would anybody have to make you if it helps other people? That's what I don't understand. But I won't, you know, I won't put anybody down or anything. But I just don't understand some people why they won't do that. Is the sound okay today? Just to make sure, I went ahead and put my lapel mic on today, just hopefully to drown out a little bit of the outside noise, because I do have the window open because it's pretty hot up here today. Hello. Hello. I have a golden visitor over here. Yeah. Hopefully she's not high enough to get on the camera, but this is my Irie girl. She is 7, and if ever there was a dog who was my soul dog, I mean, she just gets me. and she is my girl. She is such a sweetheart, but can't see her because she's down closer to the floor. And I have the camera on a tripod, so I won't move it right now. Let's see. Carla says, I did a lot of masks in the past 2 weeks. Adult masks, no problem. But when I saw my little niece and nephew, I cried. It's horrible to have to put masks on little kids. Oh, I agree. That's difficult at best. Yeah. None of this is great. I mean, but yeah, for little kids, they don't understand why they have to wear them. It's really hard. Frank says, I see you live. I would like to watch how you thread and set up your sewing machine, please. Please kindly reply back or, okay, thank you. All right, well, we can do that. Maybe I'll show that in like at the beginning of my next video, how I thread my sewing machines, but keep in mind every single sewing machine is a little bit different, but there are commonalities to all of them. So I'll show you how I thread my sewing machine. Sure, no problem. Let's see. Sound is great, thank you. I'm hoping. My husband said he was going to mow the lawn, but I asked him please to start in the back because this window over here is faces the front, faces the street. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Carla. JBL, hi from Alabama. Hi, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Lynn says, hi, Kim. Lovely to see you live. Yeah, I always smile whenever I see you on Facebook or anything. It's so neat to have friends all over the world. I love that. Someday, I'm going to get over there to England and take you up on that meeting me at Abbey Road. We're going to do that. Trust me, we will do that. Let's see. Lisa, thank you very much. So what are you working on this week, sewing-wise, other than masks? Has anybody done a pattern that they have really enjoyed? This one over here, the cardigan on the stand. I like the Blackwood cardigan, but I have found that it doesn't really wrap around you very much. It kind of comes to here. This is the Chapman, the Ellie and Mac Chapman cardigan. And I'm making it for my daughter, so time will tell when she puts it on. But we're kind of close to the same size. So when I put that on, it does wrap, and I really like it. I also like how the pockets, let me see if I can show you here. I like how the pockets are sort of, I have extension cords all over the place here. The pockets sort of are built into the band. So it's kind of, instead of just being a patch pocket, it's kind of neater. If you would see the rest of the sewing room, it's so messy. I don't know, like you guys see like this little snippet of the room, and everywhere else it's just like patterns everywhere and threads everywhere. So yeah, it's not. I try to keep one clean spot to fill in. Oh, let's see. You and me on the crossing. You got it, Lynn. We're going to do that for sure. We'll have to figure out. We'll have to make Beatles shirts or something and wear them there. That would be fun. Let's see. Bridget. Love Notions play dress and 2 Samson's 4 grandchildren halfway through. Pietra's. Oh, those look cool. Do you like those that pants pattern? I haven't made those yet, but they do look really cool. Keep getting distracted. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's hard to find time to, especially with everybody home. My husband's working from home, and I'll be up here, and knowing that he's downstairs, he's working, but you know, like he's gonna break for lunch. I'll go downstairs, and then you know, it's a while before I get back up here, and yeah, it's hard sometimes. Crafty Mystic. I'm sewing existing clothing. A dress I never wore becomes a top I love. Cool. Extra large tee becomes a test of the grain line scout tee. After adjusting, another one will be remade. That sort of thing. Cool. Yeah, I actually have been testing the Allegro pants for Love Notions this week. And those are going to be great. They have a really great silhouette to them. She's kind of skinnied the legs up a little bit. You're going to really love the new version of that pattern. Let's see, Rhonda, hi! Nice to see you. Rhonda Simpson's in here, and she is an old friend from high school, so, which was just a few years ago, right, Rhonda? Honestly, I see pictures of Rhonda, and she doesn't look any different. I mean, she looks so young. Like, I guess, you know, clean living or something has made her not look, she doesn't look our age at all. So I want to just say we're the same age and go out with you somewhere so that everybody can think I'm young too. Let's see. Teresa, hi, nice to see you. Better late than never. Hello from Virginia. Nice to see you, Teresa. Thank you so much for that pattern. Teresa sent me a pattern that she had a double of, and it's a really lovely pattern. I'd love to, I'll be making it probably and share it on the channel when I do. Let's see. JBL says, completed a blouse using Quick Sew 3555. I like Quick Sew patterns. It seems like they don't have a lot of views, but you know, they're great. They seem to be great basics. Yeah, I like them a lot. Crafty Mystic, good to know. Allegro pants, yes, I know. I'm real excited about these Allegros. I had not made the original ones, so I can't really compare the versions. But I was assigned, you know, the size 20, and it fit pretty well right out of the gate. There's a few adjustments that I will make in, you know, to future pairs, but honestly, she knows how to draft pants. Tammy from Love Notions. She just gets it with pants for sure. Let's see. Mary Ellen, hi. Good to see you from North Carolina. And then Marion, hi Kim from Port Alfred, South Africa. Wow, thank you for joining in. I don't know what time it is. What time zone are you in? What time is it there? I'm hoping that the 3 o'clock time kind of works for, you know, all over. I know there's probably some people, obviously, no matter when you had it, there'd be some people where it would be not a good time, but I've been trying to find times where, you know, if you want to participate, you can. I've got this here, and, you know, I see the screen here, only it's like delayed, and I look down and I see my arms going like this, and I'm like, okay, Kim, don't talk with your hands so much. Let's see. Doc tries to sew. Great to see you live. On call in labor and delivery, waiting to deliver a new life into the pandemic. So no sewing for me. Hi from Southern Maryland. Thank you so much for your service during this time. And you know, babies still go on. Are you an obstetrician or OB doctor? Wonderful. And I hope that you get some sewing time real soon. I know it's just not a good time for you guys right now, and but you do see hope in the middle when you deliver a baby. Hopefully that baby's nice and healthy. Let's see. Kathy, you're not late. We all just got here. Hi, she's in Pennsylvania. Nice to see you. You probably have similar weather to us today. It's beautiful, balmy, 70s, wonderful. Hi Heidi, good to see you from Connecticut. Today it's finally sunny and warm. Yep, agreed, same here. Crafty Mystic said she also made Ogden and Misty camis and like probably a mashup of the two. Yeah, you know, finding a cami is hard. I drafted one for myself and I like that one, but it is really hard to find a good cami pattern. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Maybe we should do a cami roundup the same way we did the bathing suits and the cardigan roundup. Let's see. Marion says it's 20 past 9 at night here in South Africa, so maybe not too bad. I don't want to keep you too late, but I'm glad you're able to join us. Jackpot says M724 top kind of reminds me of the Rhapsody, so it's like a peasant blouse. I've only completed the muslin, but I love it. Plans to make for me and also for my adult daughters. Awesome. I love sewing for I have my daughter and daughter-in-law, and she's very much a daughter to me too. and I love sewing for them. It's kind of fun to baby them. I'm going to make some things for my mother-in-law this week. We're going to finally, she's in assisted living, so we haven't been able to really visit. But they did have a couple, let's see, I guess Easter weekend on Friday, they had sort of a visitation thing where they had them inside and they talked like through a screen door, you know, and we came up and 6 feet away and was able to, we were able to talk to her. So we're going to get to do that again for Mother's Day weekend. So I want to take her maybe some tops. She has super, super little shoulders and rounded shoulders. She's kind of got a problem with fit, so when I make her something, it's really nice because she doesn't have to have it all altered and everything. Mary Ellen says she's working on her second muslin on the Love Notions Melody. I love that pattern so much. I almost wore it today because I have my Beatles Melody. It's half Beatles here and then navy broadcloth fabric. I love that shirt because I love the Beatles, I guess. But, let's see. Mary Ellen says I'm working on, oh, I already said that. Okay. Queenan, I don't know how to say that. Hello from Oklahoma. I'm cycling a pair of $7 Walmart pajamas to fit me. Well, that's awesome. I love, you know, when you find something on sale and tweak it. I have a dress I bought a long time ago. It's an Isaac Mizrahi dress from Target. And it's so pretty, but it's way too small for me. So I was thinking about just cutting into that fabric because it's got a really gathered skirt. So I could probably make something for my granddaughters out of that. So I think I might, you know, kind of see what I've got with that dress and refashion that into some things for my granddaughters. Maybe even a tank top for me and then a dress for one of them. Let's see. Doc tries to sew, says yes, she's in gynecology. Thank you for everything that you're having to do right now. I know it can't be easy, so thank you so much. Bridget, Cami Roundup would be great. Yeah, let's do that. I'll plan on that as we get into summer here. Doc tries to sew. She says, I've made a couple of boyfriend cardies from Love Notions in the last month. I want to try one of the dress patterns as soon as I can. Yes, and do you know that right now they have their 40% site-wide sale? They only do that like twice a year. It's really rare. And it's 40% off of everything. And it's great. So if you come back to this video, shameless plug here, I will put my affiliate link there. But, you know, feel free. You don't have to do that. Or you can go to my profile in Instagram and click on the link there. There's a link tree that has that my affiliate link if you would care to help support the channel if you're going to buy any of the Love Notions things for the sale. They are my favorite pattern company, hands down. And, you know, I will say I am an ambassador for them. This year I started they asked me to be part of the ambassador program. So if you hear me talking them up a lot, that's why. But also, you know, like I said to them, it's not hard to talk up something that you already love. So I wouldn't be sharing as many of them if I didn't already love them. They're my wardrobe basics. I made a collage and put it on Instagram today, and honestly, the collage software would only let me put 20 pictures. And I had way more. I mean, I could have just kept going. So it's pretty much my wardrobe basics. Let's see. Oh, I've got to catch up here. Frank says, okay, thank you. Can you also please kindly film threading the sewing machine using the large spool thread holder and place a note on the sewing machine so you don't forget. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by large thread holder. I have a freestanding one that holds cone thread. Is that what you mean? Or the one that's on the machine itself? there's only one spool holder on my machine. There's one you can add, but I mean, different size spools go on it. So it's got different ends to hold them in place, but it's the same spool for every kind of thread. So if you mean cone thread, most sewing machines, regular just sewing machines, don't have a spool for that. But you can buy one that is separate, which I did from Wawak. And I'm able then to use my cone thread on my sewing machine, which is nice because sometimes you just don't have any more white or whatever, and you need to use a cone. Let's see. Teresa, I vote yes to the Cami Roundup. Good, I will do that. This is Mike. I'm working on a Seamwork Reggie dress, part of my back to work wardrobe if we get to go back next month. I'm trying to remember what the Reggie looks like. I do love seamwork. I haven't made one in a while just because I've been so busy, but the last, the two that they just came out with a couple days ago, I like that. Which one was the one that I liked so much? I'm gonna peek and see here. They had some new patterns. Every month they come out, you know, right at the beginning of the month. Yeah, the new ones are Lyle and Orlando. Orlando is kind of like the classic tee from Love Notions, but it's got a really big scoop, and it looks really nice. Sorry for hitting my microphone. I try hard not to do that, but it's hard to remember. Lyle is like a boat neck tank dress, really cute. I think I might like to make that one. The one that I wanted to make was the Lane that has the tie in the front. A little bit like that Kira wrap dress, but not quite as large. It's just got one little wrap in the front. It looks really cute. That's something I'd want to on my radar to make, but it's been there for a while, so I probably just need to do it. Let's see. No shame in the plug. I definitely will use your link. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Heidi says, Love Notions 40% sale. Yes, I did some shopping yesterday via your affiliate link. Happy to support you. Thank you so much, Heidi. I really appreciate that. Kathy Paskey, what is your favorite Love Notions patterns? Oh boy, my favorite pattern anywhere, favorite pattern of all time is the Love Notions Laundry Day Tee, and it's actually free too. But it is just so adaptable to so many things. I have made swimsuit cover-ups with it. You can do a tank, you can do long sleeves. It's just a really nice flowy tunic. It hides a multitude of you know, calories. It really hides a lot of things, and I really enjoy that pattern a lot. Next to that, I think I really love the Sabrinas. They fit well, and they're like leggings, but not really. So they're sort of leggings for older people. I don't think that I would look good in just leggings, but the Sabrina Slims are kind of close to it and more appropriate for somebody my age. So I love the Sabrinas, and I've worked on the testing. I'll tell you what, when you test a pattern, especially pants, I don't know what happened there. When you test a pattern, it really you learn so much. So I really highly recommend testing a pattern, because especially if it's a pattern company that is, likes to have people of all different levels of sewing, which a lot of them do. And when you test, they talk about, this adjustment makes this, and I've learned a lot about pants in the last couple of pants testing that I have done for Love Notions. It really is a learning experience. Lisa says, just wondering what would be your dream sewing machine. Oh man. Right now mine is a Janome M7 Continental. It's a beast. I love that one. I don't think I'd ever be able to afford that one. But I also think the Skyline 9 is one that I would love to have. Just any one of the top of the line Janomes. It would definitely be a Janome. And I own all Janomes except for my cover stitch. I bought the inexpensive Brother cover stitch just because I wasn't sure how much I'd use it. It turns out I use it quite a bit, but it really only has like one or two functions in here in the sewing room, you know. But what it does incredibly well. So I kind of am glad I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it. So far, this one's working out really well. I'll probably outgrow it at some point and, you know, invest then. But for now, it's really been good. And it was only $300, so not bad. I'm able to do that. Anything I buy sewing-wise is probably coming out of my YouTube / affiliate links / money, you know, which isn't a whole lot. So I have to, you know, kind of save it up for something. And I am saving for a newer machine. And the one that I've been kind of dreaming of is that Skyline 9 or even the Skyline 7. But I do like the 9 with the Wi-Fi capability, and then it adds the embroider capability, which I probably wouldn't use a lot, but it would be nice sometimes. So anyway, that would be my dream machine, either that or the M7 that just came out. Really any of those top of the line Janomes. Let's see, it has a crossover bodice and more of a gathered skirt. Okay. See what, I'm going back to find out what we were talking about there. Oh, the Reggie. Okay. Yeah, that looks really, isn't it kind of empire waisted, if I remember correctly? Frank said, yes, the cone thread holder is what I was talking about. Yes, please film how to thread using the cone spool thread holder. Okay. And you're talking about a regular sewing machine, correct? Because the serger is a whole different thing. And that's what you normally would use cone thread on, just to, you know, just to verify that you mean the actual sewing machine. Crafty Mystic says, to thread the cone in the cone holder, you must position it in the natural line of the thread path. Yes, agreed. Mine is different for every machine. Get a cone holder with a heavy base too. Heidi says, have you done much sewing this past week with your cover stitch? Yeah, I actually did that on the band with this cardigan that I'm making my daughter. I just have the band on the bottom to put on. Yesterday I was trying to do it in a hurry because we took dinner to her and I really wanted to give it to her because today's her birthday. But it's not good to try to do something really fast, even something you've done a million times. And I ended up just having to just, okay, I can't do this. And I was baking stromboli, frosting a cake, and trying to finish that, and that's a bad idea. So I just put it aside, and I'll see her Friday, so I'll take it to her then, at least. But yeah, I used it to cover stitched all the way around the front band and worked great. I've used it quite a bit actually. I want to get a binder attachment so that I could use that on some baby clothes because I've got a number of baby showers coming up that I don't know if they'll be virtual showers or actual showers, but I'd like to make some baby clothes. Heidi says, I found the double fold bias attachments work very well with fold over elastic. Oh, cool. It doesn't double fold the fold over elastic, but aligns to the needle nicely. Nice. So would that be like the binder? Yeah, I'd love to know what attachment you're using, and is it the Brother machine that you have? Because that's what I was looking at, getting that binder attachment. Because because I think that's what you mean. But yeah, I definitely want to, you know, get some attachments for it. So far, you know, I've just done hems and things. So, and top stitching. Love it for top stitching. Vicky says, thanks so much for your sewing tutorials. Thank you so much. I hope to do some more Friday. My target is Friday to have a Friday sewing school video on undies, as we talked about that last week and everybody wanted it. So I'm going to film making undies and the types of fabric, the types of elastic. I mean, you can really tailor it to what is comfortable for you. And so I need to make some more for myself, so why not film it? So that's coming up on Friday for sure. Lisa said, currently I have a 6-year-old Bernina 560, which I like, but it doesn't like thick layers when sewing bags. Do you have a hump jumper? Hump jumpers are fantastic. I use it every time. Let me show you. I think I've got one over here. So they have them on Amazon, or Wowak has them, and they also have even a thicker one called a Gina Majig. But these, so when you're sewing something thick, what happens is the thick fabric's coming here, and your presser foot goes like this, and it won't go. It just won't go and won't go and won't go. So what you have to do is you have to find a way to level that out, and of course use the right needle as well. And then if you do that, it'll just sail right across. And yes, bags are a great example. And the Gina Majig is probably about a 1/4 inch thick. It's really thick. But this one that I had 2 different sizes. This is the thicker of the 2, and then a really, really thin one, which is nice to start like silky, thin fabrics. But I use this all the time. If it's even a little bit thick, I'll use this to get started or use it to get over a hump. But I use them all the time, even, you know, when you think the fabric's the kind that might get eaten by your machine. If you just put this under the presser foot to get it started, it won't do that. It'll just glide right along. So I highly recommend these. And I got these at Wowak. They were very cheap. I think $4 for the 2 of them, something like that. I think I might be wrong. It's been a little while, but Amazon has some similar ones, but they have the Gina Majig for sure. And yeah, this is probably my most loved extra notion in my sewing room that I use the most often. Let's see. Yes, the Reggie is more flattering on a middle-aged woman who's had a few kids. Yep, I hear ya. Heidi says, yes, binding attachment, baby lock. Okay. But they do make one for this, so I think I'm going to, it's like $60. The machine was less expensive, but some of the attachments are kind of pricey. But I don't know that I'll use the hemming one that much because, I mean, I can, you know, I can press a hem in place and top stitch straight. I'm not worried about that so much, but the binding attachment, I think, is one that I'm going to invest in. I think I saw it for like $60, so I definitely want to do that. Let's see. Nuclear official, am I supposed to be here? I don't know. This is a sewing chat. If you want to be here, we welcome you. If you're not somebody who sews, then probably isn't going to mean a whole lot to you. But welcome. Anyway, Lisa said, yes, I do. Haven't given a try yet. Thank you for showing yours and talking about its use. Okay, good. Crafty Mystic said, surprisingly, one came with my machine. Really? That's cool. They probably had so many calls, they started including it or something. Which machine do you have? Mrs. Mike said, I have one that came with my machine, but never knew what it was for. Oh, glad I left it in my accessory box. Yeah, for sure. Lori says it's good for buttons as well. Yes, it is good. Gives you that like little bit of lift that you need to have the button, just be raised up a little bit. There is one, and I haven't seen it, but I heard about one that's, got longer prongs on it that will go underneath your button attachment or your buttonhole attachment and kind of help the buttonhole thing glide really easily. I don't know, I haven't used one, but in principle, it sounds like it would be a really good thing. So I think I caught up on the comments here. So yeah. What patterns would you like to try this week? We were talking about undies. We talked about a few patterns last week. We talked about the Fierce patterns for pirates is the one that I like to use. It has a lot of options. I saw Rebecca Page has a pattern, and I think some of her stuff has a lot of room in it for, more curvy fit. So that might be one I would try. The Ellie and Mac one, it looks like it doesn't really have any higher rise views to it. I'll have to check that out though. Okay. Crafty Mystic said, I lucked out on an $8,000 machine with embroidery module still in the box for $1,600. Oh, Husqvarna Viking. I had a Viking a long time ago. We lived in Texas, and I was sewing for my babies because my babies were born down there. And I bought this Viking that was like $1,800, and back, 37 years ago, that was a lot of money. And I loved it. It was such a wonderful machine. But when we moved back here, we moved into a house that had some issues, and it needed to be updated in a lot of ways. And we had a power surge, and it was computerized. So one day I was making a Halloween costume for my son when he was really little. He wanted to be a yellow crayon. That's all he talked about. He wanted to be a yellow crayon for Halloween. So I was sewing just a regular straight stitch seam on felt, and all of a sudden it started stitching flowers, and it just went crazy and started stitching all these patterns, and it just quit. So the power surge just ruined it. So I ended up buying my first Janome then, which was a Combi DX non-computerized machine, which I still have, use, and love. It's my second machine that I get out to top stitch and whatnot. But it doesn't have any bells and whistles, computerized at all. But it's for a basic machine, man, it's a beast. I love it. And then my other machine is a Janome Magnolia, which is, good, but not one of their top of line models by any means. Mrs. Mike, I got a free pattern when I signed up for the Megan Nielsen newsletter. Cool. Oh, underwear. Yeah, I had that one. I made that one, and it didn't fit me very well. And I kind of gave up on underwear after making that one for a while. So I think you just have to have the right body type. I felt like it was cut for a little bit younger person. Definitely a skinnier person than me. Does it work well for you? Maybe I just didn't understand or something. I don't know. And a featherweight and 2 Elna SU 1960s and FAF 130 from 1955. Wow, you have a lot of machines. I thought I had a lot. I just have the 3. The other third one is a tiny little Janome that is just a straight stitch, and it has zigzag as well. Machine, no bells, no whistles, no speed control, nothing in it. It's just, but it was $50 when Hancock fabrics closed, and I use it to teach my granddaughters. So it's their machine that they use when they're here. And then I don't have to worry about them doing something to my more expensive machine, you know. Now that they're older, though, I let them use the big one, so they don't use it as much as they used to. Bridget's going to try the Rhapsody blouse with some poly satin. Ooh, that'll be pretty. Really. Are you going to do the dress or just the top? I haven't made the dress yet, but I think that would be really, really pretty. So Lori says, I recently fell in love with Rad Patterns Lucky Undies. Ooh, I'm going to have to look that one up. Yeah, I'll look that one up. I have not heard of Rad Patterns. Has anybody else made anything from them before? Yeah, I'm going to try that, see what they look like. I'll do that before Friday so I can work that in as well. I'd like to work more than one pattern in for you guys to see. Lisa says, I'd like to try Love Notions Laundry Day Tee. Oh, I love that pattern. It is so quick and easy and flattering on every single body. If you're making it for a gift, you don't have to worry too much about having right measurements as long as you have like the upper bust and neckline fitted. The rest of it's just kind of loose and flowy. So yeah, it's a nice pattern and it's free. All you have to do is get on the Facebook group. Sorry, I have an itchy eye. The fan's on blowing stuff in my face, I guess. Let's see. Lisa, okay. Mrs. Mike said there's a curvy size, so I'm hoping that works for me. For the Acacia, the Megan Nielsen one, yeah, they didn't have the curve line when I tried the undies, so maybe now it'll be better. Maybe I should re-download it and try it now that I know a little bit more about making undies. I tried to make some, and they didn't work out well, the first batch that I made. These that I've been making are just wonderful. They're so comfortable, and I'm like sad when my homemade ones are all dirty and I have to resort to the other ones, the store-bought ones. I get really sad that I don't have any more of the comfy ones. So that's a sign that they're really good ones. Bridget says she's just making the top if she doesn't have enough fabric for the dress, but the Laundry Day Tee, couldn't believe how quick it was. The shape of it is wonderful. Yes, it is. It's just flattering on everybody, and it's hard to describe, but it has just kind of this, it doesn't like tent out and give you no shape, but it's just a flowy, nice shape. And I've done other swing dresses and stuff, but this one is a cut above the other ones I've tried. I used to make a long time ago, I still have the pattern, but it was a 1-hour swing dress. It was a simplicity pattern that back in, the 80s and 90s I made, ton of. And I made it with like stretch velvet, and I made it, all different kinds of fabrics. And I loved that pattern, but this one's better, definitely, for sure. And free, which is wonderful. Bridget said, okay, we already said that. Okay, I'm caught up, yay. So this week I think what I'm gonna sew, I'm gonna make 2 tops for my mother-in-law. Trying to decide if I should make her an Audrey top with the bow, because I really think she's a very feminine lady, and she's almost 91, and I think she would really love it. But I'm worried about her being able to tie it. So I might, if I make it, I probably will sew the bow in place so she doesn't have to tie it and untie it, because her hands are sort of arthritic and it's difficult. So if I make her an Audrey top, I'll probably sew the bow somehow. And then I thought I would do a couple of classic tees for her. I have a adjusted classic tee pattern for her that works out really well. So I may even do, grab the arm side from the Laundry Day tunic and make tanks. I've got a lot of little pieces of fabric that, and that doesn't require a lot of fabric. So if I can bless her with she can't go anywhere. And, they barely, like, when they get together at lunch, they can't even eat lunch in the dining room right now because they make them go to their rooms for dinner. So she has like one really close friend there, and she sees some of the other people, but they aren't really doing a lot of, activities and stuff. So I feel so bad for her. I just feel like maybe having something feminine and pretty and new would, make her feel good. I don't know. Anything I could do to make her feel good. I feel really bad. She hasn't been able to see any of us except for that one time. She did have a tooth emergency, and my sister-in-law took her to have her tooth looked at and taken care of. And she said that my sister-in-law said that she didn't want to go back. So they drove around for like a half an hour just talking, just because she, hadn't been able to like see anyone for so long. Chris, the Audrey top that I made is the one from Sew Over It. And I think I did a video on it a couple of weeks ago. It was pink and it has a bow right here. Yeah, it was real similar print to this one actually, but it was was roses with like gray. And it's a raglan style shirt, and the neckline is sort of wide, like a 60s neckline, and then it has a bow right here. And that's the one I made a couple weeks ago. And it also has, you can do it with just a tie, or you can just do a plain, like wider neckline. It's almost a boat neck, but I definitely wouldn't make it a boat neck for my mother-in-law because she's so small right here. So I probably would modify it a little bit so that it isn't quite so wide on her. Oh, good, Rhonda, you're making the classic tee from Friday Sewing School. Cool. Oh, Chris, do you remember that top? Yeah, that's the one. I loved it. I really did. And I've only made a few Sew Over It patterns. They're really nice. They're not always the best cut for someone who's curvy because, I mean, they're, if you look at the models and their website and stuff, they're pretty much all really thin, young, thin people. And, I mean, Lisa's adorable. But, I've been sort of leery sometimes because they're not really cut for curves. And, but I did make the poppy play suit, the jumpsuit, and I loved that. So maybe I need to make more of them. I really keep seeing that Betty dress, and I would love to make one of those. I don't know where I would wear it, but I would love to make one. Really vintagey looking. What's the difference between the classic tee and laundry day tee? Classic tee is just that, just a very well fitted t-shirt that kind of hugs the body a little bit. The laundry day tee is sort of a swing top. It has a little bit of fullness to it, but it's not just shapeless. It kind of goes like this and then out. It's really flattering, but it has a lot more room. And I think the way it got the name, I might be wrong about this, but the way I think it got its name is because you can make one quicker than you can do the laundry. I don't know if that's true, excuse me, but I think that's how it got its name. What would be a good pattern for scrubs? They have a scrub pattern on J-Lee Patterns. I think it's called the Elaine Scrub top. They had it free for a little while, and I grabbed it then. I don't know if it's still free, but they had it for the pandemic for free. You might look at their website, J-Lee, JALIE.com. And I got it free the other day, so might still be free. Kathy said, I love the fit of the classic tee instead of the laundry day tee. I go back and forth. I like the laundry day tee for tunic, and I love the cover up I made with it. the swimsuit cover-up. And I love it under a cardigan, you know, when it's kind of swingy and then you've got a cardigan on top. I like that look a lot. But yeah, I do tend to like fitted things. I didn't used to, but I'm realizing that, you know, there are places on my body that are smaller, and that if I can show those off, maybe the rest of me doesn't quite look as big. So I'm kind of revised my thinking on that a little bit. I used to just want to make things that didn't fit so that they, or not, they fit, but I mean, that weren't fitted in style, because I, you know, thought that anything really fitted would make me look fat, when it's actually the opposite, if it fits well. Crafty Mystic, no curves is me. When I came back to sewing, dealing with a C-cup pattern and having to do an SBA was new to me. I pleaded with a designer to not forget this. Sometimes we can be older and thin. Yeah, you know, they say if you put all your problems into a mix, everybody would pull out their own. You know, the grass is always greener. I'd love to be thin, but then I read things, it's hard to fit that too. So, yeah, everybody's just unique. That's the beauty of it. So, other things that are happening this week, be watching, because I think either Monday or Tuesday I am going to have a giveaway associated with one of my videos, donated by Love Notions. So we'll, if you want a chance to grab a free pattern, check that out. I'll probably do that one earlier in the week rather than later. Let's see what else is going on this week. Yeah, the biggest thing is the undies thing I want to do on Friday. But of course, you know, I make plans and then I just deviate because I find something else interesting. So Tuesday, an early video. I'm hoping to, I tell you, this week, I realized I didn't even get another video out this week. And it wasn't for lack of wanting to. I literally was so busy at the end of every night. I went, oh, I'm going to do a video. And honestly, I was so exhausted by the end of every day because of some things changing with my role at church, with having to get more of the music online. And anyway, it's a big job, and it's on me right now. So love doing it, but it is very busy. So, but I think I've got a system with that worked out this week. So hopefully this coming week I'll be free to do regular videos again. I apologize for being AWOL, but this time is crazy for everybody. There's, you know, everybody's got their challenges. Being bored for me is not one of them, which I'm thankful for. I'm glad I have things to do, because if I didn't, I'd probably go crazy. I'm really talking a lot today, sorry. Learning shoulder adjustments too. I'm broad shoulders. Yes, everyone has their own bucket of fit issues. Yep, we do. I have my sway back was a big issue for me with pants. And that's the one fit adjustment I'm probably going to have to do to the Allegros with the new version, because, you know, I have this big sway back, and I've always had it. And thankfully, I know how to sew and fix it. So, otherwise, every pair of jeans I ever bought would have this, like, you know, the back sticking out. You're familiar with that. If you know what I mean, to get them to fit in the bottom, they had to stick way out. Yeah, that was always every pair of pants before I started making my own. All right. Let's see. Heidi, I have a few Love Notions pants pattern. Would you be doing any fit adjustment videos? Actually, I was wondering about that, because I did the jeans fit video where I went over the, you know, their crotch curve and all that. But I thought about just taking a pants pattern and doing the same thing. Would you guys be interested if I kind of did it again, only this time with a classic pants pattern? It can really translate into any pattern. But if you watch the jeans video, I went into pretty big specifics there. But I can do more. Okay, I will do that. Probably we can do that after I'll do the undies this week and maybe do that the following week. There is a wonderful booklet that comes with I think it comes with both the Sabrina Slims and the Duet trousers. A wonderful booklet that Love Notions includes, and it tells you kind of how to read the wrinkles. It's a very well done book, very detailed. I highly recommend that if you want to kind of get down how to, the thing is to find your own set of adjustments, and then you once you know your body, you can translate that into almost any pattern, really. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do a pant fitting video, not this Friday, but the next. Teresa said she has a dress form that I've owned many years. I've gained weight, but she has not. Any suggestions how to pad the dress form so it's somewhat usable? Yeah, I have this thing padded. Not enough right now, but although I have lost some weight in the last couple months, I don't know how, but I have. I think being busy has made it so that I don't have as much time to snack. But let me show you on this dress form. And this is not an expensive one. This is just the Dritz one that you can get at Joann's. But this is a cover that I got off Amazon. And once upon a time, she fit me really well because I took quilt batting and just padded all the places where it was bigger. And I just did my measurements and tried to make her measurements mimic mine. And then another tip on that is put a bra on it, one of the bras that fits you well, and then you can pad the bra area. So yeah, that's what I did. I need to do it over again because she's a little bit smaller than I am. Oh, and the other thing is I try to have her always the same height as me so that I can put a dress on. Oops, thread on her. I can put a dress on and see, where it's going to fall on me just by standing next to it. So that's helpful too. There's a little chalk thing down there, but I haven't really used that. But yeah, this is Georgia. I named her Georgia because Georgia on My Mind was my daddy's favorite song. So my grandkids come over and talk about Georgia all the time. But yeah, she needs to be repadded, but that's basically what I did when I initially did it. It's not really, you don't have to, there's a lot of mannequins you can get that are specific to measurements and stuff. And if you can afford that, that's wonderful. But if you just have an inexpensive one like this, you can really do it yourself. Just pad it up. I saw how to do that at a sewing expo one time. And, oh, my daughter likes this. I like this faded vintage. I got this from Girl Charlie a couple weeks ago. It was on sale. So, and I have to put the band on later. I didn't want to do it in a rush yesterday because I realized it would be non-productive. Anybody made the Transformer jacket from Ellie and Mac? I'm dying to make that. Have you seen it? No problem, Teresa. Thanks. I hope that helps. Saw a YouTube video using shoulder pads to pad it out. It was a guy did the video. Yeah, I've seen that. I think I've seen that video too. You can use quilt, anything. You can use anything that works. Also, Fabulous Fit is a kit for about $70. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out too. I saw the, you can buy a pattern to make your own mannequin. Problem is, I gain, I lose, I gain, I lose. And if I don't spend a lot of money, I mean, I can add padding and take it away. But I use my mannequin more for holding things. You know, when I want to see how they're going to drape on a body and stuff, you know, like I have that cardigan on there for my daughter, just to, you know, see how it hangs and how much, you know, that's how I use it more. Rather than balling it up and putting it in a bin, I just put it on there. And also I use it to press sometimes. Hard to, you know, things that are hard even with the ham on an ironing board. Sometimes I'll just put it on there and steam it. Okay, Blueprint has a class on my list to do. Oh, I'll check that out. I have a Blueprint measure up. Can't talk today. I have a Blueprint membership too. I'll have to check that out. Kim, when you make bias binding, what is your go-to width? I like the, I think it's 1 1/4, and then you end up with, I think 1/2 inch. I like to have the 1/2 inch bias binding. I have the bias binding maker set, and I usually start with either, I use the, if you go to Make It and Love It, they have a tutorial on making it from a square. So it's a continuous loop of bias tape. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful method. And I could maybe show that sometime too. But, and then I use my bias tape makers. And I usually do either 1 inch wide or like 1 1/4. And then you end up with, if you do 1 1/4, I think you end up with like 5/8 inch or something like that bias tape. I love having different fun bias tape, especially for the kids stuff. You know, especially if you're going to put anything in the lining of something, it's fun to just have a little pop of color surprise in there or something. Transformer jacket, got the pattern but haven't looked into it yet. Curious how it converts to a backpack. Me too. There's a video on Ellie and Mac's channel that Diana did, and it's, you know, she shows how she put it together. It's really interesting, and it does kind of show how it converts. I can't wait to make that for myself, because I am forever, when I'm traveling, if we ever get to travel again, like if it's, usually when we go to Mexico, it's in March. We go every other year. But it's usually cold here, and then it's tropical when we get there. So I have, like, I hate carrying a jacket, but it's just not enough to like wear something like this and get on the plane in the beginning of March. So that would be perfect to wear. You know, you can wear it, and then when you get there, you could just throw it on your back so you don't have another thing to carry. That's what I think I would use it for the most. Or, you know, if you go to an amusement park or something like that, and you just want to take a jacket for, it might get, you know, cooler in the evening or something. But I think it's great. My daughter's got 4 kids, and my plan is to make one for each kid on their birthday so that she doesn't have to carry all their jackets. They can carry their own jackets, which I think would be really good. Took apart some ties, Crafty Mystic says. Being a former quilter, I know how to do that square, but it would be good. I tried 1 inch, but so tiny. Yeah, 1 1/4 or 1, yeah. Yeah, agreed. All right. Let's see. What else have we got here? Yeah, that is something that I really, I ordered, I have a fabric haul coming, a ton of stuff from Girl Charlie, and I've got some buffalo plaid cotton spandex, and some white, which I'm going to do the transformer jacket for my grandson with that, and I might use a pop of red somewhere, and I think the buffalo plaid would look so cute on him because he's that little redhead that you see in some of my pictures. And I ordered some just beautiful, they have some beautiful spring prints that are double brush poly or cotton spandex blend, really pretty prints, and I bought several of those. I bought some board shorts fabric for my husband for some swim trunks. His birthday is Wednesday. I'm not going to have the fabric by Wednesday, but I did a drawing and showed it to him, and then I'll make it, you know, after I get the fabric, but I definitely want to do that for him. It's really hard because usually, you know, I'll take him out to eat or something like that, and, you know, what do? How do you give a gift to somebody that has everything? Now you can't go shopping. It's like Amazon, you know, like it's hard. Birthdays are hard right now. But this is the month for it, and that's what, who's doing Me Made May? What are you doing for Me Made May if you're doing it? I love that it's a challenge where everybody can kind of pick their own goals. Mine is always to sew for others because we have 4 birthdays in May and 1 in early June in our family. So I pretty much just focus, and then plus Mother's Day. So I pretty much just focus May to sewing for others. And then you add masks into that this year too, is another sewing for others project. So that's what I did last year, and I liked that a lot better because in years past I would always say I'm going to make this, and this for Me Made May, and then I wouldn't get to any of it, although I did a lot of sewing but I was sewing for other people. So I just made it about other people, and then that's a lot more, it makes me feel a lot better. Mary got a bias binding list and would love to see that tutorial and any other tips too. Okay, I'll do that. Expand my skills using bias binding. Basically would love to see different applications as well. Cool. Hi Janice. Oh, there's no such thing as late. This is a pop in, whatever time you have. We're glad you're here. Crafty Mystic just passed our 30th anniversary in isolation and his birthday. No Me Made May to new back into it. Finding TNT's masks, I made upwards of 300. Oh man, that's a lot of masks. Bravo to you. I just cut out 100 the other day. Prior to this, I've only made about 50. But I've had so many people ask me, and I don't want to, I've heard some other of my friends have said, you know, that they have people like sort of ordering masks and then they get all these specific requests, like I want this fabric or that fabric, or I don't want to deal with that for a lot of reasons. One, it's not fun sewing, and I spent 19 years in photography being creative for someone else's vision. So now I pretty much would like to not have to do that anymore. I know that sounds really selfish, but so I decided I was going to make a bunch and just give them away to my friends and family until they're gone. And so I cut out 100 of them yesterday, 50 men's, 50 ladies. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just making like, you know, I have them all cut out, and I'm just going to make like 10 a day until they're done. And maybe it won't be quite so monotonous, but you know, you can't buy specific fabric right now. A friend of mine asked me, can you make me an Ohio State one? Well, if I had Ohio State fabric, I'd be making me one. But I don't have any, and you can't buy any anywhere. So, yeah. Oh, that had to be hard having your 30th anniversary in isolation. we're going to have, hopefully it'll be better by July, but we're going to have 43rd this year. So that's crazy. I'm just trying to put up pictures of me, of our me-made garments. Yeah, that's a good idea too. If you haven't started always photographing all of your makes, it is so nice. I've talked to you guys about Trello before, but I have monthly sewing, so I have a board that's all, for each month and what I'm plan and what I do, and I just mark it complete when I've done it. And then I put pictures of every single thing that I've made. And it's nice because if you're talking about that, then you can go into Trello and find it and show somebody a picture if they need it, But I've only done that for like the last 2 years, so if it goes back further than that, I probably don't have a picture. But it is really neat to take pictures of all your me-mades, so that's a good thing to do. Vicki says, I'm sewing masks for friends and family. Yep, me too. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. What brand bias maker do you have? They're just a, here, I'll show you the set. They're just, I think I just got them on Amazon. They're probably hard to find right now, but they're just these things here that you put the fabric strip through, and it just folds it, and then you just iron it as you go. They work really well. You can do it without this though. You don't have to have these to get it, but they're in different sizes. This one is 12 millimeters, so it ends up with about 1/2 inch. And this one is 25 millimeters, so this one's really big. And this one is 18, and this one is 6. So this one ends up with 1/4 inch, so that means like it's only 1/8 of an inch. So this would be like for doll clothes or something, probably. Let's see. Heidi says, finding many online fabric places are becoming limited or out of stock on some basic fabrics. Yep, agreed. I'm trying to stash up whenever I see something that I use all the time. I've been building my stash unashamedly. I'm also using a lot of my stash, I put a meme up on my Facebook the other day that said, it's not fabric hoarding, it's pandemic planning. And honestly, I'm not ashamed of my stash. One year my husband got laid off and we had no income for just a short little while. And I kept sewing because I had a stash. So I never let anybody make fun of my stash ever again after that, because it's what I love to do. So why wouldn't I have enough stuff to keep going on a rainy day? So don't let anybody make fun of your stash. Made me crazy, the masks, but friends, family, police department, and home for disabled, foreign, or forgotten folks. Yeah, I know I had a friend who was here, and I don't know where he works, but he said that they wouldn't give them, they actually really needed them, and they wouldn't supply them. So I told him I'd make him a few. And Nessa said, I told everyone you can choose from what I have, but I need to sew to earn things like the serger to sew for my autistic son who can't wear much ready-made. Yeah. Yep, agreed. Now that I have got that, I'm working on now that I've got that, I'm working on a new bed for when we move, so no one has to sleep on the floor. Oh, yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Everybody, it's hard. It's hard to have income interrupted, and I feel for all the people who are going through that right now. Fortunately, my husband's company so far hasn't been too affected by this because they're engineers and they do a lot of municipal things. So those things haven't come to a stall. They're still going. So so far so good, but being an engineer and having projects be put off and stuff like that, he's in middle management, and we've been through layoffs, and it's not fun. And so I feel for everybody going through that right now. I have a fabric collection in case instead of a stash. That's cool. Mrs. Mike says they can make fun all they want. I still have elastic even after making a ton of masks for friends and family. Me too. I agree. Teresa said I have 2 stashes. I already had one and I inherited my aunt's stash when she passed. How lovely. I bet that's fun. Yeah, nobody I know has really left me any, but I've been sewing for a lot of years. So my mom and I sewed together when when I was younger, and she passed, but she had already gotten rid of most of her fabric when she passed. But and I got a lot of it, so I guess I did inherit some. Yeah, I saw that there's going to be a hashtag where people are going to be going through like a show me your stash hashtag for videos. I might do that because what you see here is only part of it. I have a couple of bins in the attic. I have a dresser right there that you don't ever see in the videos, and I have a dresser in one of the rooms where our grandkids sleep when they come over. So I have all of that full. So yeah, I've got a lot. And some of it gets used up really fast. Like knits, I can't even keep stocked on knits because it's what I like to wear. You know, somebody said, do you like to sew knits or wovens? I love sewing both, but the bottom line is I love to wear knits because they're so comfortable. So I end up making more knits for myself probably than anything. Let's see. Nessa said, me too, Mrs. Mike. No one's making fun of my hoarding food and sewing stuff now. Yeah, no kidding. And nobody's making fun of anybody's toilet paper stash up either. Teresa said, I was with my aunt when she purchased some of her fabrics. She and I used to go every time a fabric store had a sale. Such great fun. Awesome. Gotta run. Nice chatting. You too. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on. Bye-bye. Yeah. So, yeah, that would be, I hate to think of what they're going to do with my fabric when I die someday. I love double brush poly, so I have if it's on sale and it's pretty, I just buy it. So it's just so comfortable to wear. Like this is the Everyday Tee by Ellie and Mac. And the reason I like this is there's a seam down the back, which makes it able to go to your shape. It's just nice. It's a nice silhouette. And this is double brush poly, so it's like wearing jammies. I love it. Yeah. Me too. I'm going to wrap up pretty soon here too. It's been so wonderful to spend time with you guys on Sunday afternoons. I think I'll probably do it again next week. And at least while we're all isolated and needing to hang out together. And after this kind of dies down, we'll see if people still want to do it every week or if we want to maybe go to a couple times a month or something. But I love hanging out with you guys and talking sewing. Oh, the other video that's coming up, I'm working on, I want to take you guys from what I got from my body model and show you how I took that and then adapted it to a croquis that looks like me and how I draw them, the outfits and the shading and how I do that. So I was going to make that a video because some people had asked me for that as well. So that's, if I do a second video this coming week, that it will be probably that and then the undies on Friday. So, all right. I'm glad you could jump in, Ingrid, too. It's nice to have you here. I love this time. I woke up this morning and I was so excited that I got to do this. It's so fun to hang out and talk sewing for a little while. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I hope you get a lot done this week. You can pray for me because I really want to get more done this week than I did this past week, including my own videos. I worked, so hard on getting up all the stuff for church that I didn't get to my own videos. So I need to make that a priority and get some stuff up on my channel this week. So it was great, you guys. I think I'm going to sign off pretty soon. Any last questions, jump on in here, and I'll stay here for just a couple more minutes. And otherwise, I'll see you guys soon. So, oh, thank you for coming. Really awesome. Anessa, thank you. That's a very sweet thing to say. It is nice not to sew alone. One of these days, maybe I'll just be working on something when I'm doing this chat. We could do that. Maybe not run the machine, but I could be taping a pattern together or something. It's fun to just work with other people. Yeah, it's great. Great to spend time with you guys. Well, I will talk to you soon. I'm going to end the chat, and I'll see you guys on Facebook, Instagram, and on the videos. Keep in touch. If you want to, oh, I have a request. If you message me a picture for Viewer Makes, if you would just put a note, this is for sewing or something on it, because I got on Instagram, I got a photo, and I thought it was, and the name of the person was Mom something, so I thought, oh, that's for sewing. I clicked on it, and it was porn. So if you just say this is for, this is a Viewer Make, or this is for sewing, so that, because I'm not going to click on anything that doesn't say that unless I know the name. But yeah, that was really awful. You can't unsee that stuff, and I don't want to see it. So yeah, it was really, really awful. I just, who does that stuff anyway? But anyway, just put a note there so I know that it's okay to click. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.